An engine cooling problem forced NASA on Monday to postpone for at least 4 days the debut test launch of the colossal new rocket ship it plans to use for future astronaut flights back to the moon, more than 50 years after Apollo's last lunar mission. The space agency declined to set a precise time frame for retrying the launch of the mission, dubbed Artemis I, but a second attempt was still possible as early as Friday, depending on the outcome of further data analysis, senior NASA officials told a news briefing hours after the aborted countdown. If engineers can resolve the issue on the launch pad in the next 48 to 72 hours, Friday is definitely in play, Michael Sarafin, NASA's Artemis mission manager, told reporters. The first astronaut who put boots on the moon took a few space souvenirs. The official flight kit, which consists of about 120 pounds of weird stuff, is established in federal law. Its purpose is to allow NASA, commercial partners, and international organizations to use the mementos as either awards or museum exhibits in order to get those items on board. However, each organization has to first put their request in writing for NASA's approval. Snoopy. The maiden voyage of Artemis on NASA's colossal Space Launch System rocket won't have any crew to let Mission Control know when the spacecraft has reached the weightlessness of space. NASA plans to put a Snoopy doll in the cabin to use as a visual zero-gravity indicator. Since the 1960s, Snoopy the comic strip beagle, drawn by Charles M. Schulz, has had a relationship with NASA. Schulz created many illustrations of the dog in space and on the moon. Along with the doll, Orion will carry one of Schulz's pet nibs, wrapped in a space-themed comic strip and 245 silver Snoopy pins. An Artemis figurine. The European Space Agency has contributed a small statue of the Greek goddess Artemis, the space program's namesake. In Greek mythology, Artemis was the twin of Apollo and goddess of the hunt. A 3D printed replica will fly on the spacecraft to be displayed later in the Acropolis Museum in Greece. Tree seeds. The Israeli Space Agency, NASA, and Boeing have put bags of tree seeds in the kit. The seeds will be distributed to teachers and schools after the flight for educational opportunities. Seeds were taken on the Apollo 14 mission to understand the effects of deep space on plants. But the can containing them broke, whoops, with the seeds getting mixed together. Because their environment was contaminated, the experiment was no longer viable, according to NASA. Still, the seeds were delivered to the U.S. Forest Service. About 450 saplings grew from them and became known as moon trees. Test dummies. Though not part of the flight kit, NASA's 3 mannequins count towards some of the odd cargo packed on the spacecraft. Commodore Munikin Campos, Helga, and Zohar will be filling Orion seats. Campos, named after Apollo-era electrical engineer Arturo Campos, will sit in the pilot's seat, wearing the new Orion Crew Survival System flight suit. 2 sensors will measure the acceleration and vibration the dummy experiences. Assist-A-Pair, a collaboration of the German and Israeli space agencies, will be part of a radiation exposure experiment, collecting data from thousands of sensors. Zohar will wear a protective vest, while Helga won't. Scientists chose to use female mannequins because space radiation may increase the risk of breast and ovarian cancer for female astronauts. As NASA prepares to send the first woman to the surface of the moon for the Artemis III mission, this test should allow scientists to study the amount of radiation people experience during lunar trips. A bolt. You know how when you're assembling furniture at home, there are always a few extra pieces remaining. Kinda gives you a disconcerting feeling that the thing is just one wrong move from falling apart. Fortunately, this bolt isn't an extra piece from the Space Launch System or Orion capsule, Artemis's new vehicles, but another relic from the past. The bolt, along with a nut and washer, came from one of Apollo 11's F1 engines. Lego minifigures. NASA and the Lego Group have collaborated on a free Artemis I build-to-launch lesson plan. The 10-week series focuses on STEM space careers and problem-solving similar to those the Artemis I team members face, according to the space agency. For more crazy science news, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time.